Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Wellness Wednesday. I am Philip Boyce. I'm a peer navigator with the R3 Recovery Center, and I'm glad that you're here today and that you want to know a little bit more about your own personal wellness. And so that's what we're here to discuss today, our own wellness. What is wellness and what that means? And we've been having a few classes for I guess a couple months now, and uh, hopefully, we're all, as we're engaging in these classes, are learning to apply some of these tools and the things that we're learning. So I am glad that you're here and that you're concerned about your wellness and want to go on this wellness journey with us. This is Practicing the Pause with Phil, and like I said, I am Phil, and I am a peer navigator at the Recovery Center, R3 Recovery Center here in Wilkesboro. Um, like I said, this is practicing the pause, and what we like to do to start off with is we like to stay true to the name and practice the pause. And to do that, uh, we get to a comfortable place. We find a safe place, a comfortable place. We can get in, we can kind of relax. This is a time of self care. It's a time for us to practice the pause and kind of unwind and declutter and de stress. And so it's important to have this time. Uh, and the more we can have these times, I think the better off we're going to do with our wellness. And so the first thing we'd like to do is find a relaxing place. If you can get kind of uh, settled, and try to turn off any distractions that you might have. Any distractions that you might have, make sure that your phone's not going to be ringing, or you're not going to have any distractions as you get into this time of self-care and practicing the pause. It's important. And this is a decision that we make a decision here to take this time out for ourselves. When I've been sharing in the past about having these times on Wednesdays, I stress the importance of taking a time out for us. And so one way we can do that is to decide to make a decision that right here for this next hour, we're going to consciously choose to let everything else go at this moment in time. And I hope that you'd say this. You can say this out loud. You can say it quietly in your mind. But I think it's important for us to express this, that we consciously choose to let everything else go at this moment in time. And I give myself permission to relax. That's there's so much going on, and as I was preparing for this class today and thinking about our topic of stress, that COVID has added so much more stress, I think, to people's lives, whether it be their daily routines or with their kids. It's added a lot of stress. And so to combat that, to look after our own wellness, we need to consciously choose this time to let everything else go at this moment in time, and give yourself permission to relax. And I hope that you're saying this. I hope that you're saying it, either speaking it out loud or in the recesses of your mind, that I consciously choose to let everything else go at this moment in time. And I give myself permission to relax. And so the next thing that we might say to ourselves is that we want to assure our deeper mind and body that it's safe to relax. And so something that you might say to yourself right now is that there's no place I have to go right now. There's no place I have to go right now. Nothing I have to do. No problem I have to solve. Therefore, this is a safe place and I can relax. Relax. And as you are saying these words, I'd like for you to take in a deep breath. Take in a deep breath and then let it out. You can even allow your eyelids to close. Say these words there, that there's no place I have to go right now, nothing I have to do, no problem I have to solve. Therefore, this is a safe place and I can relax. Taking another deep breath and then let it out. Like I said, you can allow your eyelids to close and just think, relax. I want you to think that thought, relax. Relax. I am moving toward a deeper and deeper state of relaxation. Continue to breathe in. We've been talking about being mindful of our breath. Be mindful of your breath. Breathe in and then release. Be mindful of your breath. We've talked about this in the past. This is something that we can do to help with our stress. We can say, here I am. I'm choosing this time to let go and to relax. And as you breathe in, you constantly want to go back to your breath. So as you're taking this time to relax and to unwind or pause, some of these thoughts might be coming in your head of things that you've got to get done or the next to dos. Those thoughts are going to come. And like we've talked about here in the past, imagine those thoughts being like leaves, dead leaves floating down a stream. You're just watching them as they pass by. And then you go back to your breath. So as your thoughts might come, as you might want to go with those thoughts and maybe create a story, go back to your breath. It's going to help center you. Go back to your breath. Breathe in and then let go. Release. Breathe in, inhale, and then exhale. We've talked about too in the past that uh, we can think of a calming spot, a relaxing spot that we like to go to just to help us unwind. And you can visualize this in your mind to kind of help get you into that calm state, into that relaxing place. You can think about some favorite spot that you might have. I've shared about before that I've got a hammock on my back porch that I like to sit in and unwind. We've talked about how our breathing is rather circular. It goes in and then it goes out just like a wave. Some folks, their calming place could be the ocean. As you're thinking about your place there, visualize the sounds and the smells and just help get your mind and body into that relaxing environment, to that relaxing atmosphere. Continue to breathe in. Like I said, your thoughts might come. Don't create a story out of them. Just know that they're there and then come back to your breath. You might want to say words of affirmations to yourself like I am peaceful, comfortable, and deeply relaxed. Body, emotions, mind, and spirit are all at peace. Perhaps each time that you relax, you are able to feel the temperature and even smell the fragrance of the place. At my office there at a recovery center, I've got candles I like to light, and I'm a firm believer in even the fragrances that we can smell can help us to get into that relaxing state. I believe that the more senses that you employ, the better. You might say to yourself now at this time, I'm allowing relaxation to heal me at every level. And you can know that you can enter a deep relaxation anytime that you want to, but only when you choose to. So we do make this choice. We make this choice to center ourselves, to relax, to breathe in, and then to let go. Breathe in and then let go. You'll find as you do this more and more, I think that you'll be able to get into that place of relaxation that you want to be, that place of calm. It'll get easier and easier. So many times I've spoken with people who they have a trouble getting into that relaxing place. They're so used to being amped up, constantly on the go, constantly answering their phone, constantly having something going on around them. And so when they take out this intentional time to pause, it can be difficult for them, and they can get antsy, and maybe they feel like they're not doing a good enough job, that they'll never get it. This thing is a practice. It's a practice to get us into this calming, relaxing state that we want to be in. And so the more I think we practice this, the better and better I think we'll become, and more natural it will feel. But that's really what we do. To practice the pause, we want to center ourselves. We want to find a safe place, a quiet place, if we can, we can silence out all the distractions and intentionally, set aside this time where we can get into this more relaxing state. And I think as we do that, we'll find our lives improve, dramatically. And that's one way we do it. And so, we start off with that relaxing place and we sit comfortably and, a time is, as you do this more and more, the time you'll be able to do it at longer periods of time. Normally here, with practicing the pause, we just kind of just skim the surface. We just get into it. We barely, get into it. But I hope that as we do this, that you'll be able to feel your body relax and your mind relax. And that's what we want to do. We want to know that we can do this. We can do this anytime. But we're going to have to set the time intentionally to do it. I've said before in the past that stress will find us, right? You can begin your day and then something happens and then automatically you find yourself stressed out. So stress finds us, but we have to seek and to intentionally go after our wellness and calmness and, relax. We have to intentionally go after and seek the calm. And so that's what, this whole, beginning of this class and this course is about setting that time intentionally to practice the pause. And we do this every Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday. And I hope that as you're breathing, that you're finding that, this creates a sense of calm and it helps to clear your mind. Like I said, we do this every Wednesday from 2 to 3. And, it's, I believe it's good. It's a good reminder of what wellness is and what we can do about our own wellness. And, we've been discussing a few things as we've been going over through this class. That this is a journey. We've talked about that before in the past. So it's not just one thing that you do. You don't just come to one class and no, it's a journey that we constantly have to be on the lookout for about how we're practicing our wellness, what we're doing for our wellness. And so this is a journey, and this is a course that I've began to do some research and put some material together that we can all learn and take this journey together. And each week, I continue to congratulate the audience and thank the audience for engaging and to look after their own wellness and their own self-care, because it is so important. And so thank you for being here and to continue to take this journey as we go along here. And this is just some of the goals here. That the main goal is we want to be educated about what wellness is. And at our R3 Center, we look at the 8 dimensions of wellness, and we'll as we move along, we'll continue to look at what those 8 dimensions are. And this is for our own personal sense of wellness, to enhance our own wellness. And so well, as we go along, we'll continue to look at some of these dimensions each month, and to provide tips and strategies that we can use to help implement these different aspects of well-being into our lives. We've looked at the personal development, how wellness looks similar to personal development. That's Dale Carnegie. And there's a lot of similarities, that we have to take charge of our personal wellness. Just the same thing with the personal development. We have to take charge. We're responsible for our own wellness. It's a process. It's a journey we've talked about. Uh, and we can take small steps to get us there. And that's why I continually try to be practical at looking at some of these things. And so Dale Carnegie, he taught a lot of classes on personal development, shares a lot of wisdom. I've got some books that I still want to read, and some of them has to do with, whether it be leadership or teaching or communicating skills, all those things. He taught on, and maybe there's some areas in your life that you want to see improvement on. And that's something that I've mentioned about wellness is becoming our best self. Who do we want to become? Uh, and so wellness, it's more than just health. Wellness is holistic. includes all of us, our emotions, our physical, our spiritual. It's a holistic approach. It's wellness, and so we ask the question: Are we living well? Are we living well? For recovery, that's something I had to ask myself and continue to ask myself each day: Is what am I doing for my recovery? Well, we can say the same thing about our wellness. What are we doing today for our wellness? And so, as we, begin to look at some of these areas of wellness, hopefully we'll be able to have more of an idea of what wellness entails and uh, what we're doing for our wellness in our lives. We looked at the importance of wellness, and I continue want to reiterate some of these things about the importance of wellness because it is so important, and it's good to start young. Uh, this mother here she was a mother of one of the Columbine shooters, and she was looking at what things can be done in society. What can we do to stop some of these school shootings? If things were implemented in the schools like wellness, like mindfulness, would that help with the mindset for with mental wellness? And research has shown that it has. And so I continue on to show the importance of what we're learning here. And maybe there's some things we can do to implement change in our communities. 78% of school shooters had suicidal ideation, so they were having these suicidal thoughts and ideas. And mindfulness, as research has been shown to help with that. And so, if we can implement some of these wellness practices inside of school systems, even at the very early age, even kindergarten, if we can begin teaching some of these practices, it might help with these ideas, the suicidal ideation. And um, it's shown there in 2013 that there's 4,600 children that died by suicide. And so I continue to want to look at the importance of wellness and some of the ways that we can implement some of these practices in our communities. There it says 1 in 5 children have a severe and debilitating mental disorder by the age of 18. And mindfulness and some of these wellness practices have shown to help with that. There's evidence for this. Wellness here, it calls for continuing self improvement. So, just like I said, I asked that question about recovery. What am I doing today for my recovery? The same thing can be said of wellness. What am I doing today for wellness? It's continuing self improvement and self renewal in all areas of life. And, this is a holistic approach. We say that a lot in here, that it's a holistic approach. It searches for new levels of excellence. Uh, and there's for many, they don't go on this wellness journey until something, major kind of happens in their life, whether they get sick or, where they're forced to do it. And that's so true. A lot of times it takes pain. Pain can be a powerful motivator. It was there for my recovery. I had to, really hit my bottom and have enough pain and misery for me to change. And, wellness, we want to continue to bring to light uh, what we can do. So instead of, just treatment, while we get into the hospital and, we're forced to change, we're looking at prevention here with wellness for the most part. We're looking at what we can do to better our lives now, and to get on this wellness journey to go towards the high level wellness. And so, we really want to make a start and to educate, about wellness and enhance our own personal wellness. Uh, Aristotle said that we are what we repeatedly do. So we're creating habits here. We want to create good habits, whether it be exercise or eating or thinking. Thinking can be a habit changing, the way we think. We want to look at habits because that shows what we are, what we repeatedly do, our habits. And that's Aristotle, the fuller quote there, the bigger quote. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. So we got to continually put wellness into practice. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We do not act rightly because we have virtue excellence, but we rather have those because we have acted rightly. Uh, we also say, in recovery, that's how self esteem is built up by doing esteemable actions. So if we want self-esteem, do esteemable things. And, I continually want to go back to looking at what we've reviewed in the past so we continue to, uh, as some of this information comes up here in the future, we'll be more aware of it and, that we've seen it before and we know what it looks like. And so up at the very top there in the left-hand corner is the illness wellness continuum. We've talked about this in the past, that we're going towards high level wellness or we're going the opposite way. And when I was in, my addiction, when I was using substances, I was going towards a premature death. And those who use substances, a lot of times they that's what happens. It's premature death. You see the signs, you see the symptoms, you see the disability. But once we can get on a recovery path, once we begin looking at wellness, we can get on to go in the opposite direction to high level wellness. That requires awareness, education, and growth. And what I've said here in these courses is I like to use the acronym EAT, EAT, stands for education, awareness, and tools. And so as we learn this information, I really want it to be practical, and I try to uh, give us some tools that we can use to practice our own wellness. We've looked at the difference between health and wellness, what health says and what wellness says. You know, uh, maybe you grew up and you didn't like to eat your carrots and your peas and all that. And maybe you felt like maybe you're forced to do it. Health says eat food you hate so that you don't get sick. But wellness would say, for instance, give your body the right fuel to have more energy. And so it really is a perception change, the way we look at things. We do it for the right reasons and not listen to that negative voice, but the positive voice that we can get, that we can grow to listen to. And we want to do things for the right reason. It's helping ourselves, just like sleep. Some have said, they work so many hours, they're continuing to work, they bring their work home, and they've just grown into a custom of not getting much sleep. And maybe their body is saying, or maybe they say themselves what health says there, that lack of sleep is a way of life. Wellness, you want to listen to the voice of wellness that says sleep is necessary for you to think clearly and to function well. And so as we learn wellness, uh, hopefully it'll come naturally, it'll come a lot more easier. you know, uh, we'll constantly be aware of it. It's like, it's been rainy the past few weeks and kind of cold, and my time, it's kind of got away from me. I had other things going, and so that walk that I so want to do, that I so want to get out and do, and it helps me to not only feel better physically, but also think better mentally and emotionally. It's important, and it's a continually reminder that I need to get out there and I need to do that. I need to do that. And so it comes more naturally. One of the ladies was asking in one of the meetings I was in not too long ago, a week or two ago, she asked, "What are you doing for fun these days? What are you doing for fun these days?" And what's so interesting, since I've been researching and doing this wellness, uh, that automatically my mind thought about going in those peaceful walks there in the woods where it helps me physically and mentally. And so that's so cool how, if somebody asks you, what are you doing for fun these days? You can equate that with wellness. And that really shows that wellness, I believe, this mindset, this way of thinking, way of living is working. And that's what we want to see. The opposite of illness is wellness. The opposite of addiction is connection. And that's so true. I love that. I really do. We talked about this too in the past. What the Dalai Lama, or what's attributed to the Dalai Lama, has said that man sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health. And then he is so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present. The result being that he does not live in the present or the future. He lives as if he is never going to die and then dies having never really lived. And this really gets at the heart, I believe, of wellness, that we want to prevent, not to treat, not just to treat. We want to prevent. So, whether it's changes in eating, whether it's in exercises. So we don't want to wait till the person has a heart attack to do something about it. We want to put in preventive measures. And I love that quote. I really do. It's one of my favorites, I think. And because it's so true, it's so true, and it highlights our health system the way it is. You know, uh, we really need to look at wellness and to begin to practice it. And I think it will help out so much if we learn what wellness really is and begin to practice it. This guy was forced to practice wellness. Uh, he had 30 something days left to live, and he decided to look into wellness and begin to practice it. And once he did, it changed everything. It changed everything. And now he's a teacher, and he has written several books about wellness. And he says this, that wellness is not a medical fix, but a way of living. This is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle sensitive and responsive to all the dimensions of body, mind, and spirit, an approach to life we each design to achieve our highest potential for well being now and forever. And I've really enjoyed reading some of his books. Like I said, he was forced with a decision to make a change, and he chose wellness. He chose wellness. In the past here, I think 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, we looked at the real enemy. With this coronavirus and going around, people are susceptible to get sick. But what wellness really shows that most people, I know this is an exception with the coronavirus, but most of the things that happen to people is something that's self-inflicted. It's uh, it's self-inflicted. We do it to ourselves by our lifestyle, by our behaviors, by our actions. Most of today's health problems are not due to enemies such as invading germs and foreign bodies, and this was especially true before the coronavirus. Most of today's health problems are not due to enemies such as invading germs uh, and foreign bodies. Um, for instance, where is the enemy when a person continually re-injures her back because she doesn't learn and apply healthy principles of back care and lifting? Where is the enemy when a person consistently drinks, smokes, or uses drugs to his own detriment? Where is it when a person grinds his teeth because he's worried? Where is it when we overeat, gain weight, and create premature arthritis and arteriosclerosis? I already said that. What about a person whose blood pressure rises to dangerously high levels because she is tense and anxious? Where is it when people feel so pressured by time that heart disease develops or they speed in their car, causing a serious accident? Today, more than ever, it seems that Pogo Possum was right when he uttered those immortal words, "We have met the enemy, and he is us." What can doctors do in cases where the enemy is within? What tools are available when our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are the source of our problems? So, like I said, we want to look at prevention and what can we do now to continue to go on that illness wellness continuum. We want to be moving towards the right direction. We want to be making sure we're doing the things we can do. It's in our power to do to move us more towards wellness. And so wellness goes beyond the symptoms and looks more closely at the actual roots of our diseases and dysfunctions. And that's what I want to say too, is that it goes at the actual roots of our diseases and dysfunctions. It may come as a surprise that the vast majority of our ills are a result of our own actions and behaviors. Perhaps this is easier to understand when you realize that thinking and believing are behaviors. And so maybe we get into that mindset of, oh, this is just the way I am. I don't have the time. We make excuses. We make justifications for acting in a certain way. And so these are all thoughts. These are the way that we believe that is determining our actions and our behaviors. Emotions are behaviors too. Thinking is behaviors, believing is behaviors. Our emotions are behaviors too, and so are the habits of our bodies, whether they be macro or micro at micro levels, such as overeating and allergies. Those are also considered to be uh, behaviors there, the habits that we create. And we've been looking at stress. Stress. Stress is a major one, like I opened up today with, even with COVID going on. I think there's more stress. There's more stress going on, whether it be in the homes or the workplace or just in general. I believe this is a major, major crisis going on with not just the pandemic, but with the stress levels. I believe it's having a major effect on mental health. And so we've talked about stress in the past. That stress provides us with an excellent example of the correlation between illness and behavior. Before, not so long ago, this wasn't known that your stress levels can impact things like your heart and cause major illnesses. It wasn't so long ago that this wasn't known. Uh, Stress defined, if we define stress, it's a non-specific reaction to a perceived demand. It's a behavior. And so when the human being experiences constant unresolved stress, characteristic imbalances develop, such as those that cause heart attacks. When life becomes unbearable, and we believe that there's no way to make it better, we turn to harmful habits, whether it be eating or drinking or smoking. And this can also cause relationship issues. Our marriages break up, or we can suffer crippling depressions. And we make decisions that leave us vulnerable to illness and dysfunction. And so, what we've been discussing this past couple of weeks is about stress. One of the questions that I asked is, what do you feel like when you are stressed? Sometimes when you ask somebody how they're doing, they can just say, well, I just feel stressed. But I believe in empowerment and the power of words, and that if we describe exactly how we're doing, then maybe, it's possible that our mind can come up with a better solution, something that we can do to maybe not help us feel like that. And so, what some of the ways that I feel like when I'm stressed, and I'm sure you can probably relate to this, by using some descriptors, these words that describe how we feel. Here's some of the ways when I feel stressed. Some things that happen to me is that sometimes it'll feel like my mind's cluttered. I might have trouble thinking. You know, uh, it might be some of the simplest things. When you're really set on edge and you're stressed, it could be the simplest thing of maybe moving something, from your desk, or maybe picking up something, and you're so stressed you drop it, or and then after you do that, you're even more stressed out. And so some of these tools that I want to implement that I'm using here in these classes is to help us when we get in those situations. So we might not feel as tense, we might not feel as stressed. But some of the ways, when I'm stressed, uh, what how I feel is, my mind can feel stressed and cluttered, and I have trouble thinking. I can get impatient. I can get irritable. I can feel rushed. That maybe I just don't have enough time to get everything done. Sometimes I can be hard on myself, because I feel like I might not be doing a good enough job, and so that might, send me into, maybe some type of depression where I feel defeated or imperfect. I'm just not doing things that I feel like I should be capable of doing. And then we can look at even how your body might feel. How's your body feel when you feel stressed? Maybe your heart begins to beat faster. You begin to sweat. You feel hot. You have trouble breathing. It might seem like the panic, anxiety sets in. How do you feel in your body when you're stressed? And so what we want to do is we want to not only change the way we think, all right, about how we feel when we're stressed, but we also want to change how our body feels when we're stressed. And so that's why each time, with these classes, we practice the pause. When we practice the pause, that's a way for us to de-stress. And so when you're stressed, it's important to remember these things. Take that time out. Remember to get into that safe place, relax, let go. Know that this is for you. It's for your own self-care. That you don't have to do what you feel like is required of you right then and there. People can wait. That's one thing that I had to learn. People can wait. They can wait. Your own self-care is important. Not always putting other people first, but putting your own self-care first, front and center. And so one thing we can do when we feel stressed is we can get into that calm. We can practice the pause. Practice the pause. And I believe stress has got to be looked at. It's so vital, especially in times like we're living in now. And so, things that we can do is we can use the power of words and then get into that calm place of being, practicing the pause. And I've got another tool that I'd like to look at today to help us. So we've got um, practicing pause. We've got using empowerment, the power of words. And today I would like to look at laughter. Laughter. This is a funny little clip that I saw here. It says, "Now I know why they call it the ICU." Somebody there, and I guess the hospital there with a not well fitted hospital outfit. That's why I call it the ICU. It's good to laugh. What do we laugh at? Do you find yourself laughing, engaging in laughter? How much would you say that you laugh daily? And when do we laugh? Do you find that you're around some folks that really has a good sense of humor and helps you to laugh? It's said that children can laugh up to 300 times daily, but as adults we only laugh 30 times roughly daily. Laughter can help brighten our day. It can put a smile on our face. You know that there's less muscles to smile than there is a frown. It takes 13 muscles to smile, but it takes 47 to frown. And so smiling takes less work. And so we should be smiling more often, I think. And I want to discuss some of the beneficial effects of laughing. Uh, the beneficial effects of laughing can help relieve pain. Did you know that laughter can help relieve pain? It can energize. It can give you more energy. It can enhance your memory. It stimulates blood flow. It increases breathing. It helps fight infection. It improves concentration and it relaxes muscles. It says that laughter is the most inexpensive and most effective wonder drug. Laughter is universal medicine. Look at all the effects there. Uh, and it reduces stress. We've been talking about stress. Laughter reduces stress. It's a reduction in stress hormones such as cortisol and epinephrine. It helps to reduce stress. And maybe you're looking at your diet and maybe you want to burn some calories. Well, laughter also burns calories. 10 to 15 minutes of laughter can burn up to 50 calories. Study has also showed that it's helped with blood sugar levels. So maybe some folks that really looking at getting their blood sugar levels right. Out of a study of 19 people with diabetes, they were looking at the study was looking at the effects of laughter on blood sugar levels. And after looking at this group, one time they watched a comedy, another time they attended a tedious lecture. What showed that after they watched a comedy, that they had recorded lower blood sugar levels than from just watching the tedious lecture. And so that helps. Laughing helps with our blood sugar levels. It also helps with a lifespan. By laughing 10 minutes, it can add 2 days to your lifespan. Importance of laughter. These are all good facts about laughter. Pain relief. It relieves pain because your brain releases endorphins. This is happy juice. We can call it the good chemicals. So that relieves pain and promotes an overall sense of well-being. Laughter is the best way to conceal pain. And maybe you're wanting to get those abs in shape. Uh, it's a good ab workout. It's a fun ab workout. One of the benefits of laughter is that it can help tone your abs. When you're laughing, the muscles in your stomach expand and contract, similar to when you intentionally exercise your abs. Meanwhile, the muscles you're not using to laugh are getting an opportunity to relax. So if you add laughter to your ab routine, you can make your ab workout more enjoyable. Laughter also improves cardiac health. Laughter is a great cardio workout. For those who are incapable of doing other physical activity due to injury or illness, it gets your heart pumping and burns a similar amount of calories per hour as walking at a slow to moderate pace. So you can laugh your heart into health. It boosts T cells. Do you know that? Do you know that laughter boosts T cells? T cells are specialized immune system cells just waiting in your body for activation. When you laugh, you activate T cells that immediately begin to help you fight off sickness. So next time you feel a cold coming on, add chuckling to your illness plan. It's good for immune response. Laughter also boosts the number of antibody producing cells and enhances the effectiveness of T cells, leading to a stronger immune system. It increases blood flow. Laughter causes the dilation of the inner lining of blood vessels, the endothelium, and increases blood flow. It protects the heart. Laughter can protect the heart. Laughter can help prevent heart disease by increasing blood flow, improving the function of blood vessels. It reduces infections. It defends against respiratory infections, thus reducing the frequency of cold. Laughter brightens the soul and removes the cold. Laughter lowers blood pressure. It reduces the blood pressure, which will reduce the risk of stroke and heart attacks. Brain stimulation. Laughter helps with brain stimulation. It stimulates both sides of the brain, thereby improving memory and learning. Humor during interaction leads to increased test scores. So maybe you've got maybe your child's in school and you want them to see some good grades. Laughter seems to help with that. Increased test scores. Benefits. Laughter can improve alertness, creativity, and memory. And it also produces a general sense of well-being. Laughter can increase your overall sense of well-being. Doctors have found that people who have a positive outlook on life tend to fight diseases better than people who tend to be more negative. How's your outlook? Are you more positive or do you have negative? Doctors have found that people who have a positive outlook on life tend to fight diseases better than people who tend to be more negative. Are you finding that you're getting sick a lot? You might want to look at that outlook. Smile, laugh, and live longer. The emotional benefits of laughter, it can diminish anxiety or fear. It can improve your overall mood, and it can add joy to your life. And so, what we want to do is we want to create opportunities to laugh. Are you creating opportunities to laugh? Do you watch a funny movie or TV show? What are some of your movies that you like to watch? Or maybe you're watching a funny TV show. Or, I like watching that Impractical Jokers. Some find that funny. I find it funny. It helps me to laugh. Whatever's going to help you to laugh, laugh more, laugh more. Uh, before the COVID, we could go to a comedy club. That's another option. Maybe it's reading the funny pages like that little comic strip that I posted there. Read the funny pages. Seek out funny people. Oh, you have some funny people in your life, somebody that can help you to laugh. Maybe it's you. Maybe you like to share a good joke or funny story so you can laugh and get other people laughing. It's good to do. Maybe it's going to the bookstore and checking out the humor section. Maybe it's hosting a game night with friends or playing with a pet. Maybe it's going to a laughter yoga class. Anybody ever heard of laughter yoga? We'll talk about that here in just a minute. Laughter yoga class. Maybe it's goofing around with your children or doing something silly. What's going to get you to laugh? What helps with your laughter? Maybe it's making time for fun activities like bowling or miniature golf or karaoke. To improve wellness with shared laughter, it can help release endorphins and create connection. It's not just a catchphrase anymore. There are scientific studies proving that laughter truly is great medicine. Cardiologist Michael Miller quoted from the New York Times saying, Having a good sense of humor is an excellent way to relieve stress and anxiety during these turbulent times. And don't we want to do that more and more to help with our stress, to relieve stress, having a good sense of humor? So, what is laughter therapy? Anybody ever heard of laughter therapy? Laughter therapy. Laughter therapy. What is it? What is laughter therapy? There are many definitions for laughter therapy. Since the term generalizes to include laughter related to programs in the lay community, it refers to a more substantive form of laughter in therapy in the mental health community. Laughter releases three major feelings: anxiety, anger, and boredom. Laughing is an excellent way to reduce stress in our lives and can help you to cope with and survive a stressful lifestyle. Anybody want to reduce some of the stress in their life? Laughter provides a full scale workout for your muscles and unleashes a rush of stress busting endorphins. And since our bodies cannot distinguish between real and fake laughter, anything that makes you giggle will have a positive impact. You do not need to be happy or have a sense of humor to benefit from a good laugh. Laughter therapy aims to get people laughing in both group and individual sessions and can help reduce stress, make people and employees happier and more committed, as well as improve their interpersonal skills. Maybe you know the background about laughter therapy, maybe you don't. Uh, there's many individuals who have contributed to the history of modern therapeutic laughter. Here's just a few. Norman Cousins. Norman Cousins, maybe you've heard about him. Cousins in 1979, he published a book of Anatomy of Illness in which he described a potentially fatal disease he contracted in 1964 and his discovery of the benefits of humor and other positive emotions in battling the disease. Uh, Cousins found, for example, that 10 minutes of mirthful laughter gave him 2 hours of pain free sleep. His story baffled the scientific community and inspired a number of research projects. Dr. William Fry is another one. Dr. Fry began to examine the psychological effects of laughter in the late 1960s and is considered the father of gelotology. Gelotology is the science of laughter. Dr. Fry proved that mirthful laughter provides good physical exercise and can decrease your chances of respiratory infections. He showed that laughter causes our body to produce endorphins, natural painkillers. Dr. Lee Burke was inspired by Norman Cousins, and Dr. Burke and his team of researchers from the field of psychoneuroimmunology studied the physical impact of mirthful laughter. In one study, heart attacks patients were divided into two groups. One half was placed under standard medical care, while the other half watched humorous videos for 30 minutes each day. After 1 year, the humor group had fewer arrhythmias, lower blood pressure, lower levels of stress hormones, and required lower doses of medication. The new humor group had two, the non-humor group had 2.5 times more recurrent heart attacks than the humor group, 50% versus 20%. Another person is Dr. Annette Goodhart. Goodhart is a psychotherapist and inventor of laughter therapy and laughter coaching. For 36 years, she has been using laughter to treat cancer, AIDS, depression, and other illnesses, and been teaching at universities, schools, companies, organizations, and public events, bringing laughter to every part of the world. Another is the creator of laughter yoga, Dr. Madan Kataria. In March 1995, this medical doctor from Mumbai, India, was writing an article, Laughter, the Best Medicine for a Health Journal. In particular, he was impressed by Norman Cousins' book, Anatomy of an Illness, and the research work by Dr. Burke. Dr. Kataria discovered that the body cannot differentiate between acted and genuine laughter. He then created a range of laughter exercises, including elements of role play and other techniques from his days as an amateur dramatic actor. Realizing the importance of childlike playfulness, he developed further techniques to stimulate this within a group. Later, laughter yoga, was born and is now accepted all over the world. Uh, and so, what is laughter yoga? Laughter yoga. Maybe some of you have heard it before. Laughter yoga Includes 4 things: clapping in rhythm to ho, ho, ha, 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 breathing and stretching, childlike play, laughter exercises. And so, I saw one the other day. If you want to take your hands, take them, lift them straight up in the air, and then breathe from your diaphragm as you release your arms, coming all the way down to the floor. Go, ho, 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 ha, 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 ha. I said, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Let's do it again. All the way up in the air, all the way up in the air, towards the sunrise. Like I say, it's a sunrise pose there, maybe in yoga. All the way up in the air, and then breathe down. Go, ho, 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 ha, 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 ha. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. There's I was going to play this YouTube. They got a YouTube, this laughter, right? So you just hear other people laughter. Maybe you want to check that out after this class here. Maybe go to YouTube and just listen to people laugh and see if that doesn't change your expression on your face. Maybe you begin smiling. Maybe you begin feeling better. That's really what we want to do. We want to, to really take care of this stress that we might be feeling. Laughter comes from the body, not the mind. Comes from the body, not the mind. So we can, like I said, we can do that sunrise exercise. And it's a sunrise pose there, and go down to our arm. Really feel it in your body. Really feel it in your body there. Laughter comes from the body, not the mind. When you take part in a laughter workshop, you get a release of endorphins, giving you a feel-good factor. The whole body relaxes, and stress and tension is reduced. You also get an aerobic exercise. Laughter tones your muscles and improves your respiration, and your immune system is boosted, which helps you to resist disease. So we really want to fight those diseases out there. We want to fight stress. Let's begin laughing. Laughter therapy exercise. Do you know what laughter therapy exercises are all about? There are many people who are not familiar with laughter therapy. However, it is important for us to know what it is all about, because it can surely maximize our health, especially if we do these exercises daily. And so we want to look at some exercises right quick. Here are some we can do. Y'all up for it? Are y'all up for it? Y'all gonna practice this with me? Hey, don't care if maybe you're at work or the folks next door hear you laughing or whatever it is. It's all right. It's all right. You're working on your stress here. We're practicing wellness. Laughter therapy or humor therapy is an exercise where humor is used to promote overall wellness and health. Having said this, you should know what are the best laughter therapy exercises you should be doing daily to keep you on the move and healthy as you can be. The first one is I don't know why I'm laughing trick. I don't know why I'm laughing. The name may sound weird, but it simply denotes what it means. This kind of laughter therapy exercise is usually considered a fake laugh as long as you laugh. All you need to do in this exercise is to laugh, real or fake, and shrug your shoulders. So get a big smile on your face. Everybody ready? Get a big smile on your face. It's going to be fun. Get a big smile on your face as maybe you got a mirror there, or maybe pretend that you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Get a big smile on your face. See, I can see myself in the camera here. See? Get a big smile on your face as you look at yourself in the mirror or anybody in the room with you, and convey the message through your eyes and body language. I don't know why I'm laughing. This type of laughter therapy exercise is good to release stress that may have already consumed your body. So to do it, all you need to do in this exercise is laugh and shrug your shoulders. So, shrug your shoulders like you don't know why you're laughing. That's the first one. You have fun with these? All right. Continue to make it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other folks think. Hey, you're helping your stress. You're doing something for your wellness here. Have a hearty laughter is the second one. Have a hearty laughter. A hearty laugh may be very different from the I don't know why I'm laughing laugh, because it should directly come from your heart, which means that you cannot fake this one out. So this laugh is a classic laughter yoga exercise. To do this, you have to spread your arms up to the sky like we did before. Remember, lift your arms up to the sky, tilt your head backward and raise your chin, then laugh. Hardly the best that you can. Direct your laughter in a way that comes from your heart. You may also bring down your arms if you needed to, like we did before. To have the best hearty laugh, it's recommended that you think of a happy memory or a socially awkward situation that you can laugh about. I've seen this next one practiced on the video. It's the cell phone laughter. So you pretend like you just got off the phone with somebody and they just told you a joke. You have to imagine you're holding a cell phone to your ear, let you listen to someone who might have said something funny at the other end of the line and laugh at whatever it was that that person was saying to you. You just laugh it out. Laugh it out. All right. Are you getting the point here? There's all these other exercises here, right? You might be able to look up here. There's a source there at livealittlelelonger.com. There's videos that you can find if you're interested in this on YouTube. One that I watched, and it was just great. It got me to laugh. It's engaging. It's good to do. So, if you're really dealing with some stress, here's one thing that we can do for our laughter. Laughter is contagious. You begin laughing, you're going to help others around you to laugh. You're gonna release some of those endorphins. It's going to help with your stress. And you'll feel more energized. You'll have more stamina, motivation, productivity. You'll feel more relaxed, more creativity, positivity, less depression, conflicts. Your immune system will function more stronger. You'll heal faster and be less prone to sickness, which means less sick days and less healthcare costs. Your cognitive process will improve. You have a better self-image, problem solving, decision making. Your pain thresholds will be significantly increased. Less stress, frustration, peace of mind. You'll feel good and connected with self and others here and now. You'll think more clearly. You'll be more focused and have more integrative thoughts. You'll be better able to revisit and rearrange various aspects of life and work. Well, isn't that good? That's another thing we can do for our wellness. Laughter. Did you know that? Did you know about laughter, yoga, and laughter exercises that you can do? Look it up. Look it up if you want to know a little bit more about it. There. So I just want to add some tools that we can do to help with our stress. Help with our stress. So hopefully you'll begin laughing more, and you'll find that it helps. So we practice the pause. It's one practical tool that we can use for our stress. We can use the power of words. We can describe our stress, which might help us get more quickly into a solution. And we can practice laughter. Laughter is laughter therapy. Again, if you want to know a little bit more about it, either write us here at the Recovery Center or look it up there on YouTube. You can find some things about laughter therapy on there. Maybe it's just the sound of laughter. Maybe that's all. It'll help you to get into that mind frame to pursue your wellness. Maybe it's just listening to laughter. That'll help you smile and to relax and to de-stress. So there's some stressful times that we're in right now, and I want to do everything we can to educate us on how we can deal with our stress. So I hope that you've learned something of value that you can take with you this time, and that you'll continue to enjoy this Wellness Wednesday, and you'll practice some of these things about wellness. I'd like to hear from you. If this is helping, send me an email there. I'd love to hear from you. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Wellness Wednesday. And thanks again for being here. And be well. Bye bye.